Before fashion trends, before luxury brands sold military-inspired clothing for hundreds of dollars, before cargo pants became a global phenomenon, there was a simple problem. Human beings needed durable trousers. Not elegant trousers, not decorative trousers, not trousers designed for status. Trousers designed for work, for movement, for endurance, for survival, and few garments have embodied these qualities more effectively than fatigue pants. Today they are found everywhere. In fashion stores, on city streets, in vintage collections, on construction sites, in outdoor communities, and inside the wardrobes of people who have never served in the military. Yet their story begins in a very different environment. An environment where failure could mean injury, defeat, or death. The story of fatigue pants is not merely the story of clothing. It is the story of problem solving, the story of industrial design, the story of how military necessity can influence civilian life for generations. To understand fatigue pants, we must first understand a fundamental reality. War exposes weakness, brutally, relentlessly. Anything poorly designed eventually fails. Equipment fails, machines fail, strategies fail, and clothing fails. Military organizations throughout history learned that uniforms are not simply symbols. They are tools. A soldier spends countless hours walking, running, carrying equipment, climbing obstacles, digging trenches, repairing vehicles, sanding watch, performing labor. A uniform incapable of supporting these activities becomes a liability. The earliest military trousers often prioritized appearance over practicality. Bright colors, decorative features, complex tailoring. They looked impressive during parades. Reality proved less forgiving. As warfare evolved during the 19th and 20th centuries, military planners increasingly recognized the importance of functional design. Practicality began replacing ornamentation. Durability became a strategic advantage. The emergence of fatigue pants reflected this transformation. The term fatigue originally referred to labor duties performed by soldiers. These were not combat operations. Instead, they included maintenance tasks, construction work, transportation, cleaning, infrastructure projects, physical labor essential to military operations. Soldiers performing fatigue duties required clothing capable of enduring punishment. Their trousers needed to resist tearing. They needed freedom of movement. They needed comfort during long periods of activity. Thus fatigue pants emerged as a solution. Simple, efficient, purpose-built. The philosophy behind the design remains fascinating. Every element served a function. Large pockets increased utility, loose cuts improved mobility, strong stitching enhanced durability, heavy cotton fabrics resisted wear. Nothing existed purely for decoration. This design philosophy reflected a broader principle found throughout engineering. The best designs often eliminate unnecessary complexity. A bridge succeeds because it supports weight. A hammer succeeds because it drives nails. Fatigue pants succeeded because they help people perform demanding tasks. The fabric played a critical role. Military clothing experiences extraordinary stress, repeated washing, abrasion, exposure to weather, continuous movement. Early fatigue trousers commonly used cotton sateen fabrics renowned for durability. These materials balance strength and comfort. A delicate balance. Too heavy and movement suffers. Too light and longevity disappears. Designers searched for the ideal compromise. The resulting garments earned reputations for reliability. Reliability creates trust. Trust creates loyalty. This principle applies far beyond clothing. People return to tools they trust, vehicles they trust, equipment they trust. Fatigue pants became trusted, and trust is one of the most valuable qualities any product can achieve. The 20th century accelerated their importance, particularly during major global conflicts. Millions of soldiers required uniforms. Mass production became essential. Military planners sought designs that could be manufactured efficiently while maintaining effectiveness. Fatigue pants met these requirements remarkably well. Factories produced them in enormous quantities. Soldiers wore them across continents, from forests to deserts, from training camps to supply depots. Their practicality became undeniable, yet something unexpected happened. Civilian society noticed. This pattern appears repeatedly throughout history. Military innovation often escapes military boundaries. The internet, GPS, jet technology, and clothing. Fatigue pants followed the same path. After military service ended, veterans returned home carrying habits formed during years of use. Many continued wearing military garments, not because they wished to make political statements, but because the clothing worked. It was comfortable, affordable, durable, practical. These qualities appealed to civilians facing everyday challenges. Workers appreciated their toughness. Farmers appreciated their durability. Mechanics appreciated their freedom of movement. Outdoor enthusiasts appreciated their functionality. The garment began a second life. A civilian life. Psychology helps explain this transition. Humans value competence. We admire objects associated with effectiveness. A product designed for difficult conditions acquires symbolic power. People assume that equipment capable of surviving military use can survive ordinary life. This perception enhances appeal. Fatigue pants benefited enormously from this phenomenon. They represented readiness, capability, self-reliance, practical intelligence. Even individuals with no military background found these qualities attractive. By the mid-20th century, fatigue pants had become embedded within workwear culture. Factories, warehouses, construction sites, agricultural communities. The garment fit naturally into environments demanding physical effort. Workers often judge clothing differently from fashion designers. Appearance matters, but performance matters more. Fatigue pants consistently delivered performance. Their reputation spread accordingly. Fashion eventually noticed. Fashion notices everything eventually. The industry constantly searches for authenticity. And authenticity cannot easily be manufactured. Fatigue pants possessed authentic history, authentic purpose, authentic credibility. Designers recognized their potential. Military aesthetics entered mainstream fashion. Workwear aesthetics entered mainstream fashion. The boundaries blurred. What began as functional clothing became cultural symbolism. Streetwear embraced the look. Vintage enthusiasts embraced the history. Luxury brands embraced the aesthetic. A fascinating transformation occurred. The same garment once issued for labor duties became desirable fashion. This evolution reveals something important about human culture. Objects often outgrow their original purpose. A sword becomes a museum artifact. A factory becomes a cultural center. A military trouser becomes a fashion icon. Meanings evolve. Functions expand. History accumulates. Fatigue pants demonstrate this process beautifully. Yet their enduring popularity cannot be explained solely through culture. The design remains effective. Even today, modern clothing technology has advanced dramatically. Synthetic fabrics, advanced manufacturing, digital design tools. Yet many contemporary trousers still borrow concepts pioneered by fatigue pants. Practical pockets, relaxed cuts, durable construction, functional simplicity. Good ideas survive, bad ideas disappear. The longevity of fatigue pants suggests the quality of the original concept. There is also a philosophical dimension. Modern life often feels increasingly abstract. Many people spend their days interacting with screens, data, virtual environments. Fatigue pants represent something tangible, physical, grounded. They remind wearers of craftsmanship, labor, reality. Perhaps this partially explains their continued appeal. Humans retain a deep appreciation for tools built to accomplish real tasks. The garment's visual language communicates this immediately. Strong seams, utility pockets, robust fabrics. Nothing appears fragile. Nothing appears unnecessary. The design projects confidence, not through extravagance, but through competence. Competence has its own beauty, perhaps a greater beauty, because competence must be earned. As decades passed, countless clothing trends appeared and vanished. Some lasted years, some lasted months, many disappeared entirely. Fatigue pants remained. They adapted, they evolved, but they survived. Their survival offers a lesson. Fashion often celebrates novelty. History celebrates usefulness. The most enduring designs usually achieve both. They remain relevant because they solve genuine problems. Fatigue pants solve genuine problems and continue solving them. Today, they exist simultaneously in multiple worlds. Military heritage, workwear, streetwear, outdoor clothing, vintage fashion. Few garments achieve such versatility. Fewer still maintain it across generations. That versatility forms part of their legacy. But the deeper legacy concerns something larger. Human ingenuity, the ability to transform necessity into design, design into culture, and culture into history. Because beneath every stitch, beneath every pocket, beneath every faded pair worn by workers, soldiers, students, travelers, and designers, lies a simple idea. Make something useful, make it durable, make it work. History often rewards those ideas more than any trend. And that is why fatigue pants continue to endure. Not merely as trousers, not merely as fashion, but as one of the most successful examples of functional design ever created.